With Coach Mitchell, the Greensboro College Pride. Coach came in tonight about halftime is when I joined the game tonight. You guys were down 10-zip. Talk about the way your team played in the second half. A lot of heart, a lot of resiliency, and a lot of effort by your team to make that big comeback.
Yeah, we were proud. We also lost our cool a couple times in the second half, but was proud of the way we bounced back and didn't panic at all. But that's what I told the guys in the locker room after the game. We didn't lose it because of things that happened in the second half. We lost the game because of what we didn't do in the first half. So.
I know you're proud of your guys, though, by the way they played in the second half. They came back and got the lead, and it looked from all vantage points like they were going to win this game. Then maybe a call late in the game. I know you can't base everything on one call, but it was pretty controversial there toward the end.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to try not to dwell on that. We feel like that we had opportunities to put points on the board in the first half, and we didn't. And had we taken care of business there, that we wouldn't even be talking about that. So that's where we're keeping our focus.
Trying to focus on the positives that came about and trying to also look back at what you should have done in the first half.
Focus on the things you can control.
Right.
I got no control over the officials.
Well, I tell you, you've got some fans tonight that are probably as irate as they'll ever be about this game, and I know that's probably a good thing in some ways because the fans are that interested down your program, and they get to the point now, a game like this, they expect to win.
Yeah, and we're thrilled that they care, and that's what we want is people to care about what's going on out here in the field, and ultimately that's how we want to be judged is by wins and losses, no doubt about it.
2-2 now. I think Emory and Henry, you beat them, and also you knocked off Gallaudet and lost the game at Guilford. Lose a close one here tonight. 2-2 start of the season, and watching all the games around locally today, we had Guilford who got beat at Hampton-Sydney. We had NC-A&T who lost at home to Coastal Carolina. Wake Forest drops their game. It comes down to you guys. You had a chance to maybe get one for us, and it came up a little short. But, I mean, it's hard to believe you guys were the team today that was going to carry us pretty much.
Well, it's, again, I can't shake the first half. I feel like if we just could have had our act together a little bit more in the first half, we'd all be in a lot better mood tonight.
You go back and watch this game on film, I guess maybe starting at least as early as tomorrow, maybe even some later tonight. You're going to be watching a lot of it in your sleep. What are some things you're going to be looking back at when you watch this game back?
Drop balls in the first half and offsides penalties in the first half. So those two things are just things that are completely within our control, and we really struggled. Offsides, give them credit. They were doing some nice things in their no huddle approach to draw us off, but we need to be disciplined enough to handle that. When drop balls, if we're able to grip that thing and throw it, we should be able to snuggle it in and catch it.
Yeah, you look at guys like Torrey Lowe, who's played well for you the entire time he's been here with your team. He had another big game tonight, had some good action on the field, and I mean, you can't hardly ever bring the guy down. Watching when he brings the ball upfield, he's a hard man to get under the wraps.
He is, and I think probably the most impressive thing he did was we had fumbled one in the first half, and he came screaming from about 40 yards away with just ultimate effort and hustle and recovered it for us and kept the drive going for us. And that's Torrey. That's what he is. That's the kind of person he is, the kind of football player he is.
Talk about the way this program has developed since you took over this team. I mean, you're pretty well locked in with this team right now and building this team from where you started to where you're at today. Talk about how this team has come along.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we've struggled with since I've been here is being competitive up front on the lines. And we saw a little bit of that tonight. Had one of our defensive tackles wasn't able to play, and that's tough against a rushing team like Maryville that we weren't able to have him out there tonight. But that's where our focus will remain. We feel like if we can get competitive on the lines, we've got the skill kids that can cut loose and make some plays for us.
And you watch football games, I know things people look for are those type plays, and you get one man gets onto the runner, latches on to him, and 3 or 4 guys to help make the play at about the same time. Sometimes the guy will hold it out for a while, and people come later. It looked like you guys are getting to the ball carrier as a group pretty quickly tonight.
We were, and a night like this where it's a little bit wet out and things like that, we talked a lot about trying to work that ball out when you get there too. And give Maryville credit, they hung on pretty tight.
They're a pretty tough team, Maryville. Were you surprised at all about the way they got off to such a good start? I know you said there were some problems on your end, but were you pretty well surprised about the way they played, or pretty much what you expected?
No, we knew they were going to be a physical team. We knew that they weren't real thrilled with the way things had gone for them thus far, especially last week, and so we knew we were going to get their best shot today, and they were going to be a motivated, focused bunch when they showed up, and that proved to be the case.
What about next week? Is next week an open week? Then you got Christopher Newport coming up on the road?
Correct.
How's it looking? What are you going to be working on during that off week? Try to get some guys healthy, I'm sure.
Guys healthy, no doubt about it. That's going to be it. And then I still, argue that so often we're our own worst enemy, and we've just got to get those kinds of problems out. If we get beat physically, if somebody's better than us, they're better than us, and we can live with that. But we got to find a way to not beat ourselves. So.
And got to work on those mistakes, I guess. As far as that goes, you go back to what you told us earlier. Is it's not really penalties, it's not really things as far as that goes. It's just making those mental mistakes. You got to be more focused.
There's plenty of penalties going on out there that we've got to fix. Lineman assignment type things, but again, the things that are within our control. Unforced errors, if you will. And that's the stuff we're going to be focusing on next week.
Who are some of those linemen you talked about? How this line has improved? Some guys that have stepped up for you.
Well, Nate Wooten and Brian Richardson on the and Brian Green on the defensive line are three guys that are really, really making things happen and being disruptive. And we had to go without Nate tonight, and that hurt us over there. Pretty much all young guys on the offensive line as well. Right here, Matt Douglas from Grimsley High School.
Yeah, big Matt Douglas, because the guy, Kim was telling me, Kim Strable talking to Kim on the sidelines, you had a guy from Grimsley, Matt Douglas.
Absolutely.
He's been around here for a good while, looking good for you then.
Continue to do a great job for us. Corey Stelling, right tackle, Andrew Kellerman, left tackle. John Minoski was playing some left guard for us tonight. We got some rough news. He got hurt pretty bad, and he may be done for a while. Michael Riley's a new guy with us, and Dustin Hurt at center. So those guys they're battling, and they're really, really evolving into a solid offensive and defensive line, and those are the guys we got to keep healthy and keep focused, and that's where it's all going to start.
And you got a kid from Page, I guess, too, Larry Johnson. Is
that's
that right?
And boy, we saw some great things out of Larry tonight. It was exciting to see him make some plays with the ball in his hands. So.
Coach, good effort by your team. Like to bring some of it back, like you say, to replay that first half and be a few plays people will be thinking about. But your team played very competitive football, and good job on your part too. You've got your composure together here after this game is over. So I guess the cooling off period is worked again. Good luck to you as you get ready for this open week, and as you go to Christopher Newport in about a 2-week period as well.
Thanks for your time.